Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Most of us, we use computers or mobile devices. They're everywhere we go, aren't they? All these devices, they've got one thing in common. They've all got a keyboard of some kind. Now, it might be a physical keyboard, something like this, or it could be a touchscreen one where it just appears on your screen. The vast majority of keyboards, they use a layout known as QWERTY, which gets its name from the first 6 letters on the top row of the letters. That's Q, W, E, R, T and Y. This keyboard layout has been around for over 140 years, and it was originally designed for mechanical typewriters. Now, there's a number of different stories about how the layout came about. The one that I like is that it was designed to prevent the mechanical arms that held each letter from jamming if the typist was typing too fast. I don't know how true it is, but I just like the story. But it isn't the only keyboard layout available. The other main layout available for the English language is called the Dvorak layout. Different languages, they've also got their own layouts which better suit the needs for the structure of their language. The Dvorak layout, it was patented in 1936 by August Dvorak and his brother-in-law William Dealey. It was designed to be a more ergonomic alternative to the QWERTY keyboard. The QWERTY keyboard layout has got a number of shortcomings. These include awkward finger movements for many common letter combinations. Some common combinations, they're typed using the same finger. An example here is E and D. Some common combinations, they need the fingers to move quickly from the bottom to the top row. A lot of the common words that are typed, well, they're used the same hand, so the other one is just sitting idle. Things like was and were. And most typing, it's done with the left hand, but that's not the dominant hand for the majority of people. When looking at the spread of letters, 16% of typing is done on the lower row, 52% is done on the top row, and 32% on that middle, or what is known as the home row. That means that there's a lot of movement of the hands and the fingers when typing. Dvorak, he studied the frequencies of letters and also the physiology of the hand with the aim to reduce finger motion, reduce errors, and increase typing speed. He came up with the following principles for a keyboard layout. Letters, they should be typed with alternating hands, which makes typing more rhythmic, increases speed, and reduces errors and hand fatigue. Vowel and common symbols, they're on the left of the layout, with common consonants on the right. The most common letters should be on the home row, because that's where the fingers are when they're at rest. The least common letters should be on the bottom row, which is the hardest to reach. The right hand should do most of the typing, as most people, they're right hand dominant. And bigrams, which are like sequences of adjacent letters, they shouldn't be typed with adjacent fingers. The layout he came up with leads to 22% of key presses on the top row, 8% on the bottom row, and 70% on that home row. This is quite a change from the QWERTY layout. In 1982, the American National Standards Institute, or ANSI, designated the Dvorak layout as an alternate standard keyboard layout. Nowadays, the Dvorak layout, it's supported by most computers and mobile devices. There's been a number of studies over the years looking at the impact of using the Dvorak layout. Most of them, they've concluded that for current touch typists, there's actually no real benefit. They did find the average time to retrain to use the Dvorak layout is about 100 hours, so that's using it constantly for 100 hours. One study, it compared people who spent 100 hours retraining to the Dvorak layout against others who spent 100 hours on further training with the QWERTY layout. And what they found is there was actually no significant difference in terms of speed between the two. One of the main benefits for Dvorak is the ability to touch type with minimal hand movement. This is where you train yourself to reach each letter on the keyboard from set starting positions on the home row of the keyboard. Most people, they don't touch type, Instead, they use a small number of fingers that move around the keyboard. If you want to learn how to touch type, well, then it may be worth considering the Dvorak layout rather than the QWERTY one. And it is possible to buy keyboards that are set out in that Dvorak layout, although they're nowhere near as common as the QWERTY ones. Short video today, quite enjoyed this one. It was interesting to look at. I've known about the Dvorak layout for a long time, and I did many years ago work with somebody who used it. It's just something never took with me. Do you use the Dvorak layout? Do you use some other layout on your keyboard? Please drop a comment down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.